いつも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた。雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで泣かないことを誓ったまま時は過ぎ痛む心に気がつかずに僕は一人になった記憶の中でずっと二人は生きてゆける君の声が今も胸に響くよ。それは愛がさまよう限り君は少し泣いた。あの時見えなかった。
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Yes!
Excuse me!
Hey!
Really now.
What?
I see. Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim? The line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting. That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Right!
Sax-Leo Temple. Isn't that where Xion was being held?
Shh! Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this!
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, You know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Xion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but... I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Xion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. but I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zeugle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zeugle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Oh.
Just great.
Cheers!
Cheers! What? Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait. Something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone. How could I... Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. Ugh, I've got it!
Alphen?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
Always good to be back in familiar territory. I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know! I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. He'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Shion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How's this?
Got it.
Hey! Yay!
All right.
How's this?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Yeah!
Hey.
Yeah!
Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Shion. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
I love love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver spoon elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
This came out so good, I almost hate having to eat it.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey.
What is it?
Do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner! Yes! Yes, of course! Dinner! Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
Sorry if I'm a bit restless during the night. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's going, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
That is one enormous stray.
I don't think we can take it right now.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. Soaring blast!
Aim for the weak spot!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Burn in hell! I'm not done!
Resonate with the earth! Ready and rare!
Lunar Rondo!
Your arms were interrupted! Take this!
Falling into the shadows! Where are you going?
You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
No further.
Come on! I'll heal you all!
Out of the woods, it seems.
Azure Storm!
Healing Circle!
You're mine!
Now where will Lunar Corruption?
You're finished!
Lunar Blast!
I'll smash you! Rending you apart!
Thank you! How do you like being pounded into shape?
You're mine! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Lunar Corruption! Leave the enemy's arts to me! Lunar Blast!
No complaints here!
Hear me! This one's burning!
Azure Storm!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Take this!
No escape!
Radiant Light! Searing Flame! Reload!
It's over!
Far enough!
Penumbra!
Here's a healing art!
Anything in armor is all mine!
First
You're
aid!
finished!
Soaring blast!
Lightning! Downfall!
Eagle ray!
Radiant Blue!
This should do it!
Down on
Out
the
of
ground!
ammo!
I'll smash you!
Pierce! Back the flame inside me yearns to be let free!
You require a head.
Here I come! No escape!
Rotating pile
Outstanding
driver.
form! This one's mine!
Incineration wave!
Radiant Fire!
Try harder! My turn! No further!
First aid!
Here I come!
Art expert coming through! Water station! That'll bring you down!
Megasonic thrust!
Down on the
I'm
ground.
going to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this! Try to come over? Here, let me help!
Lunar Rondo!
Soaring blast!
No escape!
Switch to offense!
Stardust!
Hurricane Corruption! Havoc
finished.
Thrust by the power of Blizzard Blow!
Elusive Eve! Soaring!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolitor! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to
Ignite!
accomplish this! Hurricane
Vacuum blade!
Blizzard Blow!
Incineration wave!
Anything in armor is
Into the shadows!
Take this!
Legendary confiscated! Wait! By the
You're mine!
Far enough!
Megasonic thrust!
Fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
First aid!
Explosive ring!
Lightning strike!
swampy!
You'll pay for that!
Take this!
Here I...
Train harder!
I'm not done!
Breath of life! Heal my weary companion!
The flame inside me yearns to be lit!
Temptation ruined.
Hurricane strike! Lightning strike! Down!
You picked the wrong fight!
Vacuum
blade!
Art expert coming
Shield
through!
and soaring
Be
blast!
still! Rising Phoenix!
Mega Ray! Not in your dreams!
Appreciate the help!
Sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
Try this!
That helps.
Explosive ring!
Flaming
Now we're
meteor!
No arms are being interrupted.
Time to shine!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone! A freezing storm!
Incineration wave!
Ice tornado!
Here I come! This one's all mine!
Going in!
Can't get out of this!
You picked the wrong
Flaming
fight!
meteor!
Breath
Here I
of life!
come!
Heal my
Azure
weary
Storm!
companion!
Leave the
charges to me!
Tornado!
My head's spinning just watching
Like
you!
None will escape my judgment! Lion Howl! Time to shine!
Incineration wave!
Hurricane strike!
I'll grind you into
Sphere!
Dance on the
Here's
wind!
evil!
Blew it!
Think again!
Here's the
Here's the evil!
Save you!
Hurricane strike! Havoc thrust!
Explosive ray! Stay away from my friend! No rest of the flame inside is yours to be let free! Prepare to be seen!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
I'm ready!
Frozen!
Hammer! Crescent Flash! Take it! Down on the ground! Megasonic Thrust! Sonic Spear!
A thrilling performance.
Explosive Ring!
Flaming meteor!
I can carve through armor! Down on the ground! Breath of life! Heal my wearied companions! No further!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art to accomplish
Vacuum Blade!
that move!
It's almost... Here comes the big one!
Flaming meteor!
I'll grind you into dust!
Azure
Annihilation!
Storm!
Mega Ray! Gemini Ultra! This one's mine!
Vacuum Blade! Not a chance!
Anything in armor is all mine! I'm all stuffed up! Far enough! I'll smash you!
I won't lose. Not now, not ever. This should do it.
Down on the ground! Rotating pile!
Azure Storm!
Make it the official defeat.
Not like this!
Forgive me.
Not today!
This is my fault.
You're mine!
Show you what my art can do!
Can't get out of this!
Shine!
From beyond! Indeed! This vanquished soul with life! Benediction!
This one's mine!
Heal! Allow me to help
Here goes! Flaming meteor!
Azure Storm!
Round and curl! Here, let me help!
It's go time!
Wasn't weak!
Everlasting dust!
Annihilation! Radiant Spear!
More than that. I'll smash you!
Let me show you what my art can do!
In a bind?
Okay, here's the flame inside me. Yours to be let free.
Hear my call!
He's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Not in this dream!
Ready and rare.
Running power! Laser Spear! Going in!
Azure Storm!
Armor won't save you!
King Here's a healing art!
You require a hand.
This one's mine! Leave the charges to me!
Azure Storm! Not today!
Let me show you what my art can do!
Not like this!
I couldn't make it in time.
You're mine!
Direction!
This death shall
Luna
not be
Rondo!
forgotten.
Can't be happening! A new lease on life!
Bestow thy
give up.
mystic mercy.
Now
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Try harder! Not a chance!
Ready to go!
It's go time!
Seismic rupture!
Azure Storm!
Crescent flash!
Now,
Hold on to your art! Here I come!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! On guard!
I'll smash you!
Resonate with the earth!
Listen! Ready to the fray!
Piercing roar!
Incineration Ray!
You're mine! Flaming meteor!
Harder! Now, here I come!
Negative
Get
Freezing
it!
storm!
Strike!
Stalagmite!
Ice laser! Don't give up!
Should do it!
This can't be happening! Dazzling spin! Ready to go!
Azure Storm!
Now you're getting furious?
Heal my
Azure
weary...
Storm!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
That shall not be forgotten.
How about this?
Azure Storm!
Flaming meteor!
Can't get out of
yours to be let free!
I'm only getting started!
Captivity! I can carve through armor! Azure Storm! Don't get carried away! I'm nearly done for.
Appreciate the help. I never miss!
Thank you for that.
Back to the
Searing flame! Reload!
Eat this!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Azure Storm!
Resuscitation!
On your knees. Incineration Wave!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
Out of there, big foot!
Incineration Wave!
Lightning! Healing circle!
Take this!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Nothing
I'll
gets
do
by
better.
me! I'm almost
Take
impressed!
this!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried
away.
Now!
Field!
I'll smash you! Elusive deity!
Going in! Annihilation!
Everlasting
Mega
stop!
ray!
You're
Mega
mine!
ray!
I'm not...
Mega ray!
Switch off!
Down on the ground!
Watch yourself. I sense incredible power.
Begin! Take this!
Mega ray!
Shattering the pieces! Shot in a bind? Not a chance!
Let me show you what
Cold
my
Heart
heart
can
can do!
save you!
Rise and shine!
Snake! The abyssal deep! Clear for our path! Alright! Off-blood serpent! Show thy mighty mercy! Azure Storm! Very serpent! This should do
This
it!
one's mine!
Azure Storm!
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Here I go!
Azure Storm!
Heal my
Take this! I'm not done! Be still! Straight up!
Appreciate the help!
Take
Correction!
this! Take
I'm
this!
all stopped up!
Mirage!
I like my guard
Mega
down.
Ray! Annihilation!
Ready and ready!
Mega Ray!
Test it!
Seven Eye Aqua! Not in your dreams! By the
The
power of
flame
water!
inside me, yours to be let free!
I'll bring you back from death.
Eat dirt! Down on the ground! Vacuum blade!
Resuscitation!
Seismic rupture! Incineration wave!
Here, let me help.
Train harder.
Won't give up.
You!
This one's
Stay away from my friend! Try harder! My turn! This isn't looking good! Negative! Heal my weary companion!
I'll bring you back from death to
Watch
this.
yourself. I sense incredible power.
Storm! I'll smash you!
How about this?
No further! You're mine! Not a chance! Lightning
Here's a
thrust!
healing art. Hurricane
Rising
Blade.
Falcon!
First aid.
Try harder! The flame inside me, yours to be let free! Eagle Rage! Be still! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back
Storm!
from death to this.
Ha! Burn in hell!
This one's mine.
I can't move!
Don't.
Not done yet!
Switch.
Is this it?
Burning.
I let my guard down.
Here's evil.
Shattering
I'll bring you back from
pieces!
death to
It's in your hands
Resuscitation.
now. Not done yet!
Show you. What my art can do.
I'm gonna need more of that medicine.
I'll smash you!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
There!
Resuscitation!
What? Yourself.
I'll bring you
That's
back from
incredible
death's
power.
abyss. I never miss.
Vacuum blade!
Not in your dreams.
From beyond, imbue this vent. Prepare to be sealed.
Azure Storm!
On your knees.
I'll show you what my art can do.
Pieces! On your knees. No further.
On guard. Masterpiece.
My turn. Bestow thy
Fluid! Vacuum blade! This one's all mine! Incineration wave!
Atomic thrust.
Ether!
All right. Now
You're
where was
mine!
I? No
Fluid
shall
escape!
break. Soaring down.
Hurricane thrust.
I'm great snake.
I'll bring you back
Azure
from death's
Storm!
abyss.
There!
Resuscitation.
Try harder! Here I come! Azure Storm!
Hurricane thrust.
Azure Storm!
Not like this.
Azure Storm!
Now or never.
Rising Falcon!
Eagle Ray. Armor won't save you.
Vacuum blade!
Have to train hard.
Incineration wave!
It's in your hands now.
Hurricane strike! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Not on my watch! Hurricane resuscitation!
Try harder!
Here goes!
I let my guard down.
Fluid escape!
Show thy mystic
Burn!
words. Now or never.
Gemini, that'll bring you down!
Take this! Strike!
I don't even know the word to speak.
When you're dead,
Thank you for the healing,
And
Double.
tonight's our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No, this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Dahnans and Renans, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me, and what I've done, Your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Danans, Renans, a lord, a mage, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now, I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but... swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special.
Hey, Shion. Why do you look so tense whenever we're traveling on the road?
Do I? It's not something I do consciously.
It makes you look really Renin in a way, if you get what I mean. Oh, not in a bad way, though.
That's interesting. I never thought I'd see the day where you'd say something being Renin wasn't an insult.
Well, the same goes for you, right? Hey, Alphen. Why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renins are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine. But what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food. Hand it over.
Stay away! Ah!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
Ah!
Whoa, that came out perfect.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
Did we really just spend that much money?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Hey.
Hey. I guess... No way. Damn. Whew. All right. This is... Thanks.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out, too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Rena would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with Great Dana. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see. Hey, Alvin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you... Hey! She's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Hey.
Hey! Yes!
Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this! Ah!
Okay! Great! Good.
Nice work. Ah!
But this is...
Wow.
Yes!
Oh!
Amazing!
Nice work. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yes!
Okay! Always good to be back in familiar territory. Hey.
Huh?
Yes. Oh.
Yay! What? Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
We avoided getting roasted in that ring. But what we... could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried... bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Whoo! Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
I found... some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Hoo. Ah, hoo. Hoo.
My word. This must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
We've reached our destination.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Time for a short break.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
Night, everyone! Thanks to you, I was able to rest easy.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cyslodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hootle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hootle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hootle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing. That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Dahnan uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time, the fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. in all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Courteous, aren't you?
Your armor won't you want me? Come get me!
Keep it cool. Time to get out of the way. Negative in a bind.
We got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
The enemy wields arc.
All yours.
You'll soon see about that.
Now you see what I can do. I'm ready.
Storm.
Charge like that is easily be faced.
Split it
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Make it rain. Goalie in an instant. Impact block. We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
Elusive key.
Rotating I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
My turn! Prepare mine! Move escape!
Beast Assault!
Let me show you what my...
Look shot!
Shine!
Slash Assault!
I'm not done!
Raging Lunar Storm.
Here I come! Escape!
Radiant light!
Breath of life.
No further! Time to let it rip!
Of my healing
There!
arts to accomplish this.
Incineration wave! Dazzle! Lunar Rondo!
I'm grateful.
Stardust! Devastation! Now,
Make it
all is
rain!
freely!
Take it.
In an instant! Impact block!
Benediction light.
Be still! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Treasure Storm!
Regenerate!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You picked the wrong fight!
I never miss!
Raging Lunar
Storm!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn!
Lunar Storm!
I'm not...
Denied!
There!
The abyss. So deep.
I've been hit with something!
Now you
So
see
even
what
a
I can
master
do.
has his limits.
Not feeling so great. Azure Storm!
Annihilation!
I'm not done!
Clear for us a path.
Not much longer to go.
Come on!
Do
One
it!
final
No
push.
more pull. Let's do this together, Alvin.
In an instant! Impact block!
Shine.
Not a chance!
Radiant light.
Get this time! Ignite!
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
Our friends form and depend on one another.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Okay! Rising Falcon!
Power surges through. I'm sorry, Scott.
Dazzle!
Fire blade! Lion
Anything in armor is elusive. Take this.
My head's spinning, ready to go!
Gemini Aqua!
Far enough!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Dazzling
Orochi Fury!
Can you take it?
Hurricane Blast!
Through escape!
Seismic rupture!
Let's keep up the
I don't know
pressure!
what I'd do without
You
them.
made me angry.
Perhaps
That was a
now
bad
is the
idea.
time.
I really don't.
By the power of
Eat
blood!
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane
Require a hand.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malicer!
Azure Storm!
Hurricane Blast! Outstanding
No
form!
farther!
Megasonic Thrust!
By the center of
Orochi
blood!
Fury!
Flaming meteor!
On your knees.
Lightning! Downfall! I never miss!
Take it!
Falling storm!
Be still! Lunar Rock!
Is that a healer mark?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
Do it!
I'll try to be more careful.
Astral energy!
Say no more! Right! Here goes! Take this! As the flame inside me yearns to be let free! This one's gonna be tough! Dazzle! Mirage! Here I come! Orochi Fury! Try harder! My turn! Strike! Try harder! Take this! Dazzle! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Azure Storm! Dazzle! Mirage! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Vacuum Blaze! Lightning Thrust! I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire! Come and face me! Azure Storm! Take this! Azure Storm! Dazzle! Azure Storm! Lightning Thrust! Lunar Rondo! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! No! It can't end here!
いつも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで泣かないことを 誓ったまま時は過ぎ痛む心に気がつかずに僕は一人になった